and redefine. And with that in the offing in less than a month, 2024 will mean change for the Sacramento Metro Chamber of Commerce, not just on the calendar, but in composition. After 6 hard-charging years, the Chamber's current leader, Amanda Blackwood, will be leaving the organization behind. And my guest today, Robert Hite Jr., will take the helm as the president and CEO of the Chamber. Robert, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for being here. You graduated from college in Minot, North Dakota, and have worked in Gloucester, Maine, Austin, Texas, Vegas, and Glendale, Arizona, where you are now. Aside from salary and an annual forecast much better than Minot's, what was intriguing to you about the mission of a chamber in a place like Sacramento?
So one, I think the fact that I'm a chamber guy through and through, I've been in the chamber industry for north of 20 years now. So I'm just, you find your calling in what you do as the chamber. So what's interested me most about, I think, Sacramento is the place where the chamber finds themselves today. It's been built on a good number of years of solid program and work, and an opportunity for us to continue to build upon those things that are great and going well, but now to be able to transform into an organization, I think, that can be very responsive to the ever-growing changes of business today.
Well, during her time in the driver's seat, Amanda Blackwood and the Metro Chamber helped draw in $250 million worth of direct economic impact to this region. What are your plans to maintain that and then build upon it?
So absolutely, and kudos to Amanda and those that had been at the table before. My job is really to come in and to continue to build upon that. I think it really is all about relationships. Those are really important to me. I think as a chamber, we're at the nucleus, we're at the hub of what goes on in the business community. We have the pulse. So one, while we want to drive new businesses and industry into our region, we also want to be very mindful of those existing businesses, those ones who are a part of the fabric of our community, making sure that we're responding, we're providing resources, advocacy, and all the things to helping them succeed in what they do.
Last year, the Chamber got very involved in Sacramento city politics, helping to draft Measure O, in part to give business owners some relief from the impact homelessness has had on their operations. We just had a thrift store owner in Sacramento County on Auburn Boulevard beaten for just asking someone to move so she could physically open her shop door for the day. Sacramento County's DA is suing the city over its response to homelessness. This isn't an issue that's going away. So how do you intend to stand up for businesses in this environment, which also includes retail theft? Do you help write another city ordinance?
So, one of the things, homelessness and all the things that go into this, there's a lot of, I think, issues that underlie. And part of it is to understand what is happening today. That's going to be my job, get boots on the ground, figure out who's doing what, where the business community fits into this equation, because obviously the impacts are profound. Classifying the different levels of and types of homeless, I think, are very important, because what causes someone to become homeless, is something that we need to look at. One of the things I'm very thankful for is our interim CEO that's there now, Dave, has assembled a task force of a number of partners to bring together. The first meeting happened about a week ago. We'll have another meeting coming up in the next week or so, and I believe then as soon as I take the helm in January. But ultimately, getting there, starting to figure out where we are on the issue, what's being done, work with those partners out there who are making a difference, because this is going to be a collaboration. There's going to be many people who have to continue to work towards improvements in many things. My heart goes out to those business owners. One of the things is in the areas that are impacted the most, I definitely want to be feet on the ground. I want to get out, walk those parts of the community. I want to talk to those business owners, entrepreneurs. I want to talk with our law enforcement partners to figure out where we are on things, and then slowly cultivate how we as a chamber can engage more. And yeah, sometimes it does come down to creating language and working with our legislative bodies on improvements to benefit business. So if ultimately that's the road we travel, then we'll get there. But for me, first, I got to understand who, what, when, where, and why, and get my feet on the ground and walking and seeing and talking to those business owners and our partners.
We here have been partners with the Chamber with the Cap to Cap program, the Capital to Capital Trade Mission that tries to draw down resources from D.C. to this area. Under Amanda, through the Metro PAC, there was an 87% kind of win rate for that. Is there a number one issue that you want to work on for the next Cap to Cap?
I think there's probably a lot of different issues. Our Cap to Cap planning is in motion now for April. And so really what I hope to do is really listen and understand what the biggest issues are. As a chamber, sometimes people will pigeonhole and say, what is the one issue the chamber should focus on? And while I would love to say we can have a singular focus, we can't. We have to have our eye on the ball on so many different aspects to the business community, to be responsive, engaging with our civic leaders, so that we can continue to have a prosperous economy. So I not having my feet on the ground yet and understanding the most important things to our members and our constituents. If you give me just a minute to get there and understand a little bit more, then I can share with you exactly what those might be.
Okay, well, I will hold you to that. You get started on January 8th, and so we'll check back in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.